All right. And hello, hockey fans. Welcome to the Chief Denton George Memorial Multiplex. You're watching RoundLakeBears.com. I'm your host, Steve Schneider from Hockey Night in Saskatchewan on SNN, and we have quite an exciting match in store for you tonight in this Game 3 of this best-of-3 series between the Redvers Rockets and the Round Lake Bears. Redvers took Game 1 at home by a score of 2-1, and Round Lake was able to grab Game 2 at home at the Chief Denton George Memorial Multiplex, also by a score of 2-1. The winner of tonight's game will advance to the Saskatchewan Senior Men's Hockey Championship South Final to take on the Lumsden Monarchs, who eliminated the Kindersley Clippers last night in Lumsden. Round Lake will have home ice for the South Final as they defeated Lumsden last year in the South Final to advance to the 2025 Final versus Keniston Blizzards. If Redvers advances, Lumsden will have home ice advantage, as Redvers did not compete in Senior A Provincials last season. However, they are the defending Senior D champions from 2025. In the north, the Foam Lake Flyers, the defending Senior C champions, are taking on the defending Senior A champions, the Keniston Blizzards, and are tied at 1 game each, and will play Game 3 tonight in Foam Lake. Puck drops at 7 p.m. Keniston won Game 1 by a score of 6-4, and Foam Lake won Game 2 by a score of 6-2. The Lorburn 19ers and the Raymore Rockets will play Game 2 tonight, and in Raymore, puck drop is 7 p.m. Raymore Rockets lead the series the series 1 game to none. Raymore has a chance to eliminate the Lorburn 19ers tonight and advance to the North Final, where they'll play the winner of Foam Lake and Keniston's Game 3 tonight. Raymore won Game 1 by a score of 6-4. Just getting ready we just finished warm-ups here. Ice is looking pretty nice from up here, and we're going to get going with the national anthems. Oh, that makes sense. Here we go. Brackets somewhere. And here come tonight's officials. Tonight's referee, Kenny Godet. Looks like linesman Donovan Florek. And I can't quite see the other guys yet, but I'll check my list. And those of you waiting to watch this game on RoundLakeBears.com, it should be up within by puck drop.
Who is very interested
Oh, there we go. Really close to puck drop now as they're going to get all the gates closed. Welcome back to the Chief Denton George Memorial Multiplex. We are game number 3 between the Round Lake Bears and the Redvers Rockets. You're right. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. We should be live up on roundlakebears.com now. Any moment now. McCorrister. And Turner Ripplinger out front for the Round Lake Bears to start off tonight. And on the back end, it looks like we're going to have Lamb and Trapp, who have been solid so far this whole series. All right, Facebook's up on roundlakebears.com. We're going to come up to the face-off here. Kopech, Miller, and Miller out to take the draw. One by the Bears. That'll come back into the zone. It's going to go D to D. Up through center as Lowen will dump that into the corner. Chips that off. Dump down low. Back low. Play that back off the back of the corner, and that'll go out to the blue line. Cross ice to McMillan. McMillan will put that down low. McCorrister comes up with the puck. He'll take that out right-hand side over to Lowen. Up there, out to the outside. Gervais will chase that down. Down low again, Gervais on his backhand. Back out to the point to Isaac. Isaac shoots through traffic, but makes his way into the corner. Bear's going to pinch. He's going to keep that in. Centering pass comes out to the slot. Broda. Oh, Bacala just about played that one off of his pad into the corner. Barnhart on the right-hand side. Bear off the back wall to Isaac. Isaac up ice. Hits Gervais. Shovels it Shaber. Puts it down into the corner. Right in front. Tries to center for Gervais. Right in front, Chance Miller off the guy in front, and it goes off to the side. Bears with it now. They're going to come bringing it out of the zone. Back into Redvers territory. Cross ice, intercepted. And he'll dump that into the far side. McIntosh knocked away. Back down low, and McIntosh on his backhand. And the Rockets will try to clear that out. Be going to get kept in by Lamb. Lamb will keep it in again. Oh, and a chance in the slot. It'll come back out to center ice for the Bears. And he is hauled down, and we're going to have a penalty. And the Bears are going to go on the power play. With 16:30 left here in the first period, the Round Lake Bears are going to go on the power play as the Redvers Rockets are going to take a holding penalty. Shaber out to take the draw.
Penalty number 16.
And they score! 6 seconds into the power play. And the Bears make it 1-0. Well, just under 3.5 minutes into the first period, the Bears make it 1-0 here at the Chief Denton George Memorial Multiplex. I'm pretty sure that was their first shot on net. Second shot, actually. They'll go down for icing with 16:12 left here in the period. So Joel Broda is going to get the credit on that one. Face off one low, and I'll get that down low. You're just joining us. It's 1-0 here in Ochapowace between the Round Lake Bears and the Redvers Rockets. Kept in by the Rockets. Down low, picked up again by McCorrister. He'll feed that. It's back out to Lowen. At the blue line, 3-on-2. He'll chip that in for McCorrister. I'll put him in the boards. Henderson at the blue line. Intercepted by McCorrister. His line mates look a little tired. He's going to dump and change. So a 15:05 to go here in the first period. Bears up by 1. Top of the circles, deflected in front. That goes off into the corner. In front again. Blocked though. Bears are going to clear that out on the right-hand side. Murray will get that one out. Cutting across center. Rockets fit into the middle. Oh, and he's laid out. Big hit by Spencer Trapp. And we got icing. That was a nice hit. Face off going to be to the blocker hand side of Pacala. Off the back wall to Murray. Murray will put that up to center to Ripplinger. And they'll be picked up by Gervais at the blue line. They'll be dumped in, and they're going to go for Gervais and Murray are going to go for a change. Broda and Shaber out there now. Pacala with the save, rebound cleared. Millet fires one off the defender in front. From the point, Cadets deflected shot, Trapp fired down. Ripplinger coming in to defend him with Millet as he kind of took a dirty shot to Spencer Trapp in front of the net. We're going to have a penalty coming, or is that going to go outside? Oh, they're both going. Millet should get an extra one almost there. So Ripplinger and Millet, 2 minutes for roughing each, I'm assuming. Yep. So it'll stay 5-on-5. Yeah, it's supposed to be, yep, there's 5. Face off 1, that'll go back out to McMillan. McMillan will fire off of a man in front, and it'll go into the corner. Rockets will get there first, puts it across into the corner. Shaber will get this stick on that one. He's pushed against the boards and down onto his knees.
Chipped up and through, up to center. McMillan back to grab that. So with that icing, it'll come back into Bears territory. If you're just joining us, we are 13:29 left here in the first period. Face off one, back to Henderson. Out to the point, deflected. Henderson gets the loose puck, puts it off into the corner. Cross ice, Henderson again. Fires, deflected in front. Bacala holds on, net comes off. So with 13:09 left here in the first period, we'll have a face-off to the glove hand side of Bacala. No, still talking to the referee. Face-off won by the Bears. That'll go back into the corner, cleared up off the glass. Oh, Henderson got a little bit of a high stick on that one. At the blue line, knocked back away by Isaac, and in on net. Bacala plays it over to Bear. Bear off the back wall to Isaac. Isaac over to Murray. Murray up through center. Tries to connect with Sterling Bear. Chipped in. And did I miss something? What happened there? Did it go out? I missed it. I was doing something. So 12:34 left here in the first period. 1-0 Round Lake. And we're going to have a new... No, they're just going to have to reline up. Shaber out to take the draw. Right in front, loose puck. Spencer Trapp puts it on net, and that'll be kicked aside into the corner. Up through center, Bernhardt will intercept that. From the point, deflected in front, that goes wide. Rockets gonna clear. Trapp gets a stick on it, but it squeaks by him. .12:02 left here. Need to attempt that across. And that'll go for icing. So with 11:52, we'll face off to the blocker hand side of Bacala. Off the back, they're going to win that. Broda. Oh no, that's not Broda, sorry. Up the right-hand side. Cross ice, Bernhardt's going to grab that. Beats him to the outside, centering pass to Shaber, comes out to the point. Broda trying to get his second of the night. Trapp keeps it in somehow there. Cross ice over to Bernhardt. Pass gets intercepted. Rockets coming the other way. Trapp will beat Miller to the puck. Shaber on the wall. Chipped up. Rockets going to keep that in. Back out over to Lamb. We'll move that up by Shaber. Ripplinger. Sorry, McIntosh on his backhand. Cross ice pass. And the Rockets going to come the other way. McMillan in stride. Fires. Bakala with the save. From the ground. That goes back off over into the corner. D. Long pass at the blue line. Oh, he is decked. Ellerby. Glove down. Lowen tripped up and no call. McMillan gonna go D. Gets it back, center ice. Looking up ice. Dumps it in right past. And we're gonna get an icing as he was just on the outside of the red line. With 10:05 left here in the first period, Bears strike first and are up by 1 with a face-off coming down into Rockets territory. You like the new screen? Bernhardt. So a new centerman. And another new centerman, this time for Round Lake. Oh, no, it just reset. That's going to go back out into the corner, won by the Rockets. Blue line. Knocked down by Lamb. Stands him up the blue line. Ripplinger puts it to the outside. Miller going to squeeze him away. In his feet. Cross ice, and Beckala gets a save of that. Sorry, he got a piece of that to make the save. Leaves it behind the net. Trap. Slows things down. Cross ice to the right-hand side. Miller chips it back in. Trapp's going to try the left-hand side with Shaber this time. Shaber tries to get it to Broda. This time he does. Goes just over the net. Dumped in by Gervais. Or sorry, that was Bernhardt. Off the side of the net. Yeah, that's offside. With 8:42 left here in the first period. Bears lead by 1. Face-off won by the Rockets. McMillan carries it across the blue line, dumps it into the corner, went off with his stick. Collision in the corner. Lowen comes up with it, kicks it to the right-hand side. Bear streaking towards the net as he joins the rush. Rockets the other way. McMillan, Isaac all alone. Gets a skate on it. Backdoor. Beckala slides across and makes the save. Down into the corner. McMillan. Ooh! Tried the sharp angle shot as he was getting leveled in the corner. I don't think anybody expected that. .804 left here in the period. Won by the Bears. Gervais gets a stick on it. Over to Ripplinger, back to Gervais. In front, loose puck. Rockets gonna grab that. He'll launch that up over and he is met with some body. Beckala puts it up to Murray. Right hand side, up through. Broda gets a piece of it. At the blue line, he's knocked down. Oh, and he scores! Somehow he finds the top corner. And ties it up at 1. He found a puck-sized hole and he put it there. So with 7 minutes, 6 seconds to go in the first period, Redvers ties it up at 1. Drilled into the boards. Bears are definitely playing physical tonight. So now both the YouTube and the Facebook are up on roundlakebears.com. That should be an interference penalty coming for the Rockets. And the Bears are going to go on the power play with 6:23 to go here in the first period. Close one. Gaudette gonna sit for 2 minutes for interference. Linesman telling him he can't encroach on that back circle. Cross ice. Trap. In front. Fires Shaber all alone. Steps in, fires off the crossbar and up and out of play. So 6:05 left here in the first period. 1:43 left in the power play. And the penalty to Gaudette. All right, I got to share these. Cross ice over to Trap. Broda intercepted. And McMillan loses it at the top of the circles. Oh, but he's going to get it back. McCollum with the save. McIntosh going to pick that up. Sorry, McCorster. Shaber to McCorster. McCorster throws the brakes on, steps into it. In front, loose puck. McCorster tries to take it off his stick, and that'll be dumped down. Bella plays it in the corner. He'll dump that right in on goal. Out to Ripplinger. He'll chip that away into the corner. Sorry, that's McIntosh, number 72. Bear, cross ice to Gervais, off the wall, over to Isaac. Isaac, cross ice over to McIntosh, right in front. Lowen with a chance. Below the goal line. Back out to Isaac. Isaac to the hash boards. Isaac again, over to Bear. Bear, back to Isaac. Back to Bear, looking for a lane. Gonna get that down low. In front, goes off a body, and that'll do it for the penalty to Gaudette. He's gonna go jump right on the ice. Fires, rebound, comes out to center. And the Redvers Rockets are able to fight off that penalty power play. And we'll keep things 1-1. Murray leans into the shot, but gets his own rebound left in front. Redvers gonna get that over to Miller. He's got a 3-on-1. Tries to get it back to him, but Kopech can't land the pass. Fires from the side, off the back into the corner. Miller through traffic. Oh, he speared the goalie. Dumped in by the Bears, and that'll be icing. With 3:26 to go here in the first period, we got a 1-goal game here in game number 3 of best of 3 between the Redvers Rockets and the Round Lake Bears. You're watching RoundLakeBears.com. Bears are going to get that off the draw. Trap puts it off of a leg. Down low into the corner, up to Miller at the blue line. Steps into a shot. Rebound cleared out by the Bears. Murray looking cross ice. Headmans it up to Murray at the blue line. He'll dump it in and he'll just run right over him. .254 to go here in the second. Cross ice pass off the wall. Isaac gonna grab that. Ellerby plays that across ice. Isaac will dump that right in on net. And he will cover up for the whistle with 2:38 left here in the first period. We got a 1-1 game. Into the corner, chips it out. Rockets trying to set up fires, goes high over the net. That'll come out to the blue line. McIntosh puts that off the back wall. Low shot comes out to the point, kept in by Trap. Trap off the leg of McCorster. McCorster will play that back. Will be moved in. McCorster throwing the body coming through center. Trap left-hand side. Dumps it in off the back wall. Miller will grab that. Long pass for Miller. Thank you. 33 to go here. In on net, and it's poked away. Niven fires, goes wide. There's no call on that interference. Back into the corner for Bernhardt. Bernhardt uses his patience. Off the skate of Shaber and into the zone. Chipped up and high out of there by the Rockets. Isaac gets to the blue line. Gervais, they're going to dump that right in. Trap will put that deep for icing with 46 seconds to go here in the first period. All tied up at 1. Gervais to take the draw. Wins it, back to Gaudette. Murray will take that from him. McMillan will intercept that pass intended for Shaber. Dumped in by the Rockets. That'll go for icing. 30 seconds to go here in the period. Right in on that. And, oh, he's going to play it into the corner. Well, that'll mess up my clock a little bit, but McMillan puts it right in on it. Bacall's going to play that over to Murray with 7 seconds to go here. McMillan off his skate, and that'll do it here from the first period here at the Chief Denton George Memorial Multiplex. Score after 1 period of play, 1-1. You're watching RoundLakeBears.com on Hockey Night in Saskatchewan. I'm Steve Schneider, and I will see you in the second period.
Technically, Round Lake is on the valley floor, just like
You're watching RoundLakeBears.com. I'm Steve Schneider. We're coming in here to the period number 2, and there is a puppy down there. Yeah, we got it. It's coming. And the littlest Round Lake Bear, it's even got a jersey. That is cute. And welcome into tonight's game, period number 2. You're watching Hockey Night in Saskatchewan. RoundLakeBears.com between the Redvers Rockets and the Round Lake Bears. What are you trying to do? Need something? Down? That is down. Should be good now, right? All right, get 20 minutes up on the clock. We're going to get going here. We're in the second period between the Redvers Rockets and the Round Lake Bears. I'm Steve Schneider. All tied up at 1, and we've even got the mascot out tonight. Yeah, turn it off that before the head comes off. Looks like they're pretty hot down there. It's a warm one in here. There's about 2,000 people here at the Chief Denton George Memorial Multiplex. We go for period number 2. Oh, she's loud in here, that's for sure. I've had to turn my mic up about 3 or 4 times. Face off one by the Bears. Niven, cross ice pass. Kopech can't hold on. That'll come back out to the blue line. Fired, deflected in front. It'll be chipped up and out by the Bears. Lowen gets a piece of it. Off the wall, through center. Intercepted. Trap that in. Sorry, Lamb will dump that in. He got the pass from Trapp. Now back behind the net, off the back wall. Cadet will play that up to Niven. Cadet back down off the side. That'll come across. Rockets. McMillan with some speed. Puck knocked off the stick. They're coming the other way now. Bears. Broda. He's got one tonight already. Oh, he runs into his own guy. Hopefully it's not us. Shaver from the top of the circles fires. Beats the goalie, but it goes up and I thought that hit the mesh, but it went stayed in. Isaac off the back wall. Turfay in the corner. Well, I'm not sure why he even tried to run over Murray. It'd be like hitting a truck.
Miller on the wall. Murray gets the puck. Oh, Gaudette gonna come up with it. Cross ice, Miller. Checked by Gervais. Loose in front. Bacala gonna hold on. So it's 17:32 left here in the second period. All tied up at 1, folks, here in game number 3 of the best of 3 South semifinal between the Redvers Rockets and the Round Lake Bears. This game is also available province-wide through the SNN Sports Network. Just join one of our SNN news groups across the province, 46 of them. You just type in your city plus news, you'll probably find it. Miller, cross ice, picked up by the Rockets. Cross ice back to Miller, fires, and it's going to be picked up by the Bears. They're going to come the other way. Carried out by McIntosh. Still with it down low, McIntosh to Lowen, back out to the point to Isaac. Isaac plays it across, one-time shot, rebound is in the pad. He's going to kick that away, and the Rockets are going to come up with it. They're going to come out of the zone. Miller cutting across center. Has it knocked off his stick by Trapp. And he is laid out. In front, Rockets, kicks it towards the net. Comes out over to McCorster. McCorster tries to kick it between his legs. It's on his backhand, carrying it towards the net. Still with it, finding some open ice. McCorster turns, fires, looks to the corner. Off the wall, Bernhardt with it there first. Broda, McCorster. Out to Isaac at the point. They're going to chip that out. Rockets 2-on-1. Magotu fires, goes wide. Knocked down by Bernhardt, and he's going to get an interference penalty. With 15:42 left here in the second period, the Bears are going on the penalty kill. As Bernhardt going to get an interference penalty. The explanation on that one, more or less, is the fact that he had made contact before the other guy even tried to go towards the puck, and they're going to call that interference. Kopech out to take the draw for the Rockets. Shaber wins it back for the Bears. Shaber comes up with it at the top of the circles. He's going to clear that out of the zone. Gaudette will pick that up back in the Rockets' territory. Throws the brakes on behind the net. Steps out in front. Cross ice over to Kopech. Off of the stick or skate of Miller, coming the other way now up through center. He'll dump that right on net, and he's going to have to hold on as there's some pressure there with 15:13 left here in the second period. Just joining us, it is 1-1. All tied up here in game number 3. Fires from the point. Gervais will grab that. Spins back around, takes it right to the net, come back behind on his backhand. Puts it back down into the corner for Broda. Broda tries to feed Gervais on his backhand. Carried out by Miller. Miller will shove that ahead to McMillan. He is rocked by Isaac. And Isaac gives him a little shove afterwards, too. Rips it right off the glass and out. .32 left here in the second. 47 seconds left in the man advantage. McCall will play that around. Rockets come up with it, tries to put it in front. He's checked out. Comes back out to the point. Miller, back door. In front, comes off the side. It'll be picked up by McMillan. McMillan now with it. McMillan will put that down low, top of the circles. Back out to McMillan at the point. Fires, goes off the wall. And Bear tries to clear, but McMillan will keep that in. Back over to Miller. On net, but it's going to be stopped by Isaac. And it'll be cleared out of the zone. At the blue line. Loose puck comes out to center. Up through center ice, right on the tape of Bernhardt, who is now out of the box. McCorster, low shot, and is going to hold on with 13-14 left here in the second period. Face off won by the Bears. One times it in front, rebound. And he's going to hold on with 13-10. We'll shave 4 seconds off the clock. He's telling Miller he's got to move over. One by the Rockets. Kopech takes a hit to make the play, and it's knocked off the stick at the blue line. Loose puck, Kopech trying to clear that in. Lowen. Long pass out to center ice. He's got McCorster with him. Knocked down from behind. We got a delayed penalty coming to the Rockets. Bacala to the bench, sixth attacker on the ice. McCorster keeps that alive, and that'll be Bears power play for a cross-checking penalty. Coming in number 10, Braden Magato. Four minutes for cross-checking. Oh, 5 on 4. Oh, number 4. Oh, sorry. That's Colton Miller getting the cross-checking penalty. Sorry. Thank you. So with 12:27 left here in the second period, Bears up 5 on 4. Clears it around. Bear will. Oh, that took again a weird bounce off the Zamboni door. They got to pack some slush in that hole. Bear with it. Up the right-hand side to Shaber. Shaber puts the brakes on. Plays it back to Isaac. Isaac cross ice to Bear. One-timer. And he'll hold on. So 12:01 left here in the second period. Shaber out to take the draw. Bernhardt, Broda, Trapp, and Lamb. Wins it back to the Trapp. Broda steps in, back over to Trapp. To Bear, to Lamb, one-timer. Broda. To the top. Lamb to Trapp, to Broda. right on the doorstep. Barnhart couldn't grab it. Top of the circles, Bernhardt. Down low, in front, fires, rebounds in his skates, and the Rockets try to clear, but Broda will grab that loose puck back out to the point. Lamb fakes a shot, over to Broda, to Trapp, to Broda. Broda shoots off the shoulder and into the crowd with 11:14 to play here in the second period, approaching the halfway point of tonight's game. Not sure why the clock keeps running. I try to stop it. (11:14), 47 seconds left in the man advantage. Off the draw, right in front, clears that out of the zone. Cross ice, knocked away. Behind the net for Bacala. 10:50 left here. McCorrister puts the brakes on, chips it out, fires high. Kirk Bear will hold that in. And that'll come back outside now. 10:30 left here. 25, sorry. McCorrister has Ripplinger going to the net, fires, rebound in front. And we're going to have an icing with 10:13 left here in the second period. I'm Steve Schneider. You're watching Hockey Night in Saskatchewan. Gervais out to take the draw. Nope, never mind. We're going to have a new centerman. Ripplinger will win that back, but it'll go between the D-men. Off the back wall. Ripplinger will put that on the stick of Gervais at the blue line. Steps in, off the post. He had that one sniped. In front again. Gervais scores! So with 9:51 to play in the second period, the Round Lake Bears go up 2-1. Face-off won by the Bears, who now find themselves up 2-1 here. Halfway through the second period, intercepted at the blue line by Niven. He'll dump that into the corner. Lamb, first one back. Trapp puts it up to the right-hand side, picked up by Gervais, who just had that last goal. Feeds it ahead, wide open in front. Oh, and it is gloved out of the air. Winter picked that one up out of the air. Sterling Bear had a heck of a chance there. Just taken to the net, kids. Lowen has his pocket pick by Niven. Dumped in. And we got a delayed penalty for interference coming against the Redvers Rockets. No. Spencer Trapp. is going to get that one. Oh, I'll have to go back to the replay on that. I kind of missed that when I was following the play. Face-off one, cleared out to the blue line, held in by Gaudette. Miller steps across, goes upstairs and over the net. Bears on the penalty kill in front. Gaudette tries to hold it in, and he does. Deflected in front. Miller can't get the puck off as Shaber will hold on to it, and he'll put it off the boards and out. Working it around, fires, block shot. Gervais with the extra effort to get that out of the zone. Takes it away, fires, tries to go upstairs, but just a little high. .8:10 left here in the second. 50 seconds left in the power play for the Rockets. Backdoor pass, back out to McMillan. McMillan fires high in the feet of Broda, or not Broda, sorry, that's Lamb. 30 seconds left in the penalty to trap. Miller, one-timer, McMillan high, and that's going to come back out to the blue line. 7:30 left here in the period, and they score! So with 7:31 left in the second period, the Redvers Rockets get one on the power play and tie it up 2-2. Well, if anybody can hear where I've got the one lapel mic going ba-dum, 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 that's my heart, okay? Miller off the wall, out to the blue line, kicked in. Steps on the stick, McCorrister on his backhand, carries it in. Out to the point. Off the back wall, right in front. Kent almost doesn't hold on to that. That was a smart little bounce. And we got Lowen grab it onto Colton Miller. I think that's Brayden Eisner, the linesman tonight. Doing an impeccable job as always. Donovan Florak, the other linesman. You see a lot of him in lacrosse as well. I think he lives at the rink. Miller chips it up through center. Kopech's stick goes for a ride. He's telling him he can't grab that from the, you gotta grab that stick yourself. So it's 6:58 left here in the second period, all tied up at 2. The Bears had a lead for 35 seconds, and the Rockets were clapped back on the power play. Off the glass, kicked in by Lamb. Romanuk off the back wall to Miller. Miller cross ice to Kopech. You can't hold on to that. And that's going to go for icing. With 6:39 to go here in the second period. Winter playing a heck of a game back there for the Redvers Rockets. Face off one, Bears Lamb fires from the point, deflected in front by Broda. Winter will hold on. Just getting a groove to this Pony M. 6:32 to go here in the second period. Along the wall, McMillan drops it for Gadet, fires, holds on by McCullough. 6:18 to play here in the second period. You're watching Hockey Night in Saskatchewan on RoundLakeBears.com. I'm Steve Schneider, your host tonight. Emily Schneider on camera. McMillan out to take the draw. Broken up at center by the Rockets and dumped right back in. 6:06 to go here. McCullough will hold on. Off one, comes out to the blue line. McMillan deflected in front. Isaac will grab the rebound, puts it up off the wall. Gadet will backhand that back through center. And perfect pass, but Murray about 5 feet offside. Referee Kenny Gadet says, take that face-off out of here. And we're down to Round Lake Bears zone here. In front, McCullough will hold on. Across the blue line, fires, high stick deflected by Millett. McCorster will push him off the puck. Lowen puts it up to Triplinger. Sorry, McIntosh. McIntosh with it still. He'll turn, fire, deflected in front by McCorster, who's cross-checked down in front. And then pushed down after the play too. Lowen out to the top, cross ice to Ellerby. Fires again, that goes off the back wall. Up through center and looking for Niven. Why does that thing keep doing that? So we'll have an icing that'll go all the way back down into the Redvers Rocket zone with 4:49 to play here in the second. Low angle shot goes back out to Lamb. Sorry, Trav Schraber off the back of him. Bernhardt on the back check. Miller, Cadet Miller. And a blocked shot. He'll get up and play that one out. After he took that wear, I don't think I'd be skating too hard. Runs into a good hit, Kenny. Miller in front, loose puck, call it down. in front again. Good chance for the Bears. All alone is Broda. Feeds it to Isaac off the post. Oh, so close. From the point, Winter with the save. Bernhardt takes him into the boards. That'll come back out to Niven. Trap throws him down, and Niven gets a mouthful of board dasher right in front of the bench. Never fun to bite the plastic on the right on the top of the boards. I think he's checking on the bench to see if he's got all his teeth. 1, 2, 3, 19. We're all good here. Gervais out to take the draw for the Bears. He'll win. Oh, no, sorry. Henderson will pick that up, and the Rockets will grab that. Kept in. Isaac will hold it out into center ice. He'll chip that in down low.
Bear on the forecheck. Out to Isaac. That'll be icing with 3:01 to go here. In the second period, we are all tied up at 2. You're watching RoundLakeBears.com on Hockey Night in Saskatchewan. I'm Steve Schneider, coming to you live from the Chief Denton George Memorial Multiplex in Ochapowace Nation. Right in front, goes off a man and into the corner, off the net, same man, and goes back out. He's going to kick that back out over. And we got a penalty coming. Oh, and they might be having another one coming here as Magosho just punched him in the face too. Yeah, Kenny Gannett says, get your butt over here. As he had just punched Sterling Bear in the face, and I don't think Bear is getting the penalty. He was just standing there. So that looks like Redvers is going to get 2. So there's a spearing penalty coming for the Bears and a roughing penalty for the Rockets. So let's see how this plays out. Redvers might have just canceled out their own power play. So I'm waiting to see if he's going to get 4 minutes. Yep, 4 minutes for spearing. And then 2 minutes for roughing. Should be the penalties there. So the Bears penalty will be 4 minutes. And the Redvers penalty looks like it's going to be a 2-minute penalty. So we're going to have a... Well, it's 5-on-4. So Gervais for spearing. Looks like Sterling Bear is going to get a roughing penalty as well. After they conversed with the linesman and found out, I think, what he said to get punched in the face. It's usually punches in the face usually come unabated. I mean, maybe look, well, I don't know. Sometimes you just get punched. Guy hasn't seen you in a while. Hey, buddy, bang. So 2:51 to play here in the second period, and they're going to redo up those penalties. Yeah, so there should be even strength 5-on. No, it shouldn't be 5-on-5. It's going to be 5-on-4 because there's a 4-minute penalty and then 2 2-minute penalties. So they cancel each other out. And it'll be a 2-minute power play for the Rockets. Yes. That's what my maths. Yeah, it's doing its own thing there right now. One-timer, Bacala with the save. Yeah, I gotta fix the clock. .2:44 to play
Internet's a little slow. I think that computer's on the Denton George one. Miller, cross ice. Cadet puts it down low to McMillan. Fires, low shot, rebound, bouncing off into the corner. Back out to Miller. Bacala with the save, rebound, slides across. Kopech plays it to Godet. Miller to Godet. One-time shot through traffic. McMillan trying to putt it off the ball. And that'll be played back down into Rockets territory. And Bacala will hold on. Off one by the Rockets, back to McMillan, minute 10 left in the power play. Miller, McMillan, back to Miller. Miller fires, no, it goes off the outside of the net, just the water bottle trumped a little bit. McMillan, back to McMillan at the top, over to Miller. Shot, Bacala with the save. Looks like that hit the mesh. .47 seconds left here in the power play. A minute 37, left in the period. Out to the point. Miller turns back. Deflected. Niven cycles it back to McMillan. Miller, 23 seconds left, deflected in front. That comes back out to the top of the circle. Shaber and Miller. Bear is going to throw the hit there. Miller all alone in front. Fires Bacala with the save. And with that, we have 59 seconds left in the second period. And that should reload there as last minute of play here. Fires Bacala, rebound in front, goes off into the corner. And that'll end the penalty as Sterling Bear steps in. Bacala holds on, and that's going to be no goal. As Bacala just held that one right on the line. Oh, well, we'll work on that one later. 45 seconds to go here in the second period. Cadet will get that off the draw. Back door, saved by Bacala. And they're going to say that's a goal. With 42 seconds to play in the second period, the Redvers Rockets
will go up for the first time in the game tonight by a score of 3-2. And with that, the Rockets will take a 1-goal lead late here in the second period. Bears looking to get one to tie it up here at the end of the second, going into the third, tied up. Squeaks out. Trap. Lamb with the shot. That had eyes. McCorrister throws the body out through center, knocked off the puck. Be picked up by Gadet on the rush. Fires. Bacala kicks that to the poor corner. 14 seconds to go here in the second. Gadet off the wall to Miller. Miller will dump that into the corner. 5 seconds to play in the second. And the Rockets are going to go into the third up by 1. And with that, after the second period of play, score is 3-2. You're watching Hockey Night in Saskatchewan. I'm Steve Schneider on RoundLakeBears.com. We'll see you in the third. And don't go anywhere. And what a third period it's going to be. here first. I'm getting there. I want to get the clock ready. Sorry, guys.
You probably made a big Boeing.
Test 1, 2.
Test 1, 2. All right. And here come your Redvers Rockets. Folks, welcome back to the Chief and George Memorial Multiplex here on Ochapowace Nation.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that.
face-off won by the Bears. Lamb's going to move that up, chipped in by Ripplinger. McCorrister on the forecheck. Ripplinger is going to get a piece of that back to McCorrister, fires it on net, and it goes up off the glass. Lowen down low behind the net, right in front, off the side. Winter with the save, bouncing puck in the slot. McCorrister shoots, fires, and goes high and wide. Home Lake up on Keniston 3-2. Back out to Poyer. He'll go cross ice. Dumped in. No one hit a weird spot on the boards though. Bears cross ice to Shaber. Shaber fires. Winter with the save. Miller has it go through his stick. Shaber will grab that off the wall. Bernhardt comes in. Rockets gonna play that off to the right-hand side. McMillan, long shot. Bacala holds on. In front again, McMillan turned aside by Bacala. Isaac will chip that up. That's going to go straight up and down. Off the wall. Bears will hold that in. Murray gives it to Bear right in front. Loose puck going to be picked up by Ripplinger. Again, off the wall again. Murray throws the body. And that'll come back out to center ice. Dumped in. Murray and Bear will touch up. Ripplinger on the forecheck. Out to Kirk Bear. Fires. Ripplinger tied up. He's going to come up with that puck. Feeds it to Bear. Bear shoots. Rebound on the doorstep. Going to be cleared out to center to Ellerby. That'll go off the man and out of play. 16:55. The clock's still running. The clock's still running. Guys, the clock's still running. 16:55. The clock's running. Anybody else see the clock running? 16:46. Okay, they're coming to tell the referee that. 16:47. It was at 16:55. I can't say much. My clock's having issues too. So that'll get refixed up here to 16. Oh, they went to 16:52. 16:55 is really actually where it stopped. 16:56. That's where we're going to put it at. Okay. So face-off outside the blue line. Clock fixed up. McMillan and Broda will be dumped in off the wall. Winter will hold on for the face-off. I turned it off till I can get it fixed. So with 16:48 left here in the third period, Redvers leading 3-2. Bernhardt, that should be offside as Broda touches up. There's a malfunction at the junction. Offside. with 16:32 left here in the third period. Bears gonna need 2 here. McCorster, Lowen, and McIntosh out for the Bears. Steps over the red line, dumps it in. And that'll be icing as McCall lets that go through the crease. So it's 16:14 left here in the third period. Winter will make the save. Is your score. 16:11 left here in the third period. Loose puck out to the blue line. Bear be picked up by Miller. Intercepted by Shaber. Back to Trapp. Lamb, long pass. Will be dumped in by Shaber. Winter's going to leave that. Up off the wall, right to, that'll be no icing. 15:30 to go here in the third. Loose in front. Bernhardt. Trapp with it now. He's going to skate back, put it over to Lamb. Lamb. Over to Trapp. Through center. McMillan will grab that. Trapp will step up and intercept it. He's going to carry that in with Gervais. He's got to race to the, going to go off into the corner. Bernhardt plays it to Isaac. Loose in front. Isaac tries to get his own rebound. McMillan with Trapp. Plays the body and knocks him off the puck. Good play. Bacala comes the other way. Ripplinger has Gervais, fires, and Winter will hold on. 14:35 to play here in the third period. Knocks it away, Lowen shot, rebound, Winter will hold on. Face-off won by the Rockets. Coming across ice. In front, loose puck knocked out, and it'll be bouncing, comes the other way. player has him pinned against the wall. Loose, Gervais gets a chance. Gervais telling him he has to get out of there. As Murray's going to come take the draw. Murray's going to, well, kind of won that, but kind of lost it at the same time. Blue line. Over to Ellerby, cross ice, backhand pass, up and out. Off the wall, Redvers coming out the right side. Miller streaking along, fires. Pacala with the save, and he will hold on.
You're just joining us. It is 3-2 Redvers Rockets here, approaching the halfway point of the third period. Face-off won by the Bears. They'll carry that back around the net. Bernhardt tries to get it out of the zone. He gets checked. It's going to come across. Rockets out through center. Bernhardt carrying it in. Spins. Feeds it over. Back into the corner for Shaber. Shaber finds a seam in the slot. Loose puck on the side of the net. Back out to the point. Over to Trapp. Back to Lamb. Lamb with the shot through traffic. Rebound comes out into the corner. And we got a delay penalty. No. He was already on his way down. As Shaber gonna get 2 minutes for holding. And the Redvers Rockets are gonna go on the power play. With 12:17 left here in the third period. Face-off won by Redvers. Right in front. And a 2-on-1 coming the other way with McCorrister. In front, Winter holds on. With 12:03 left here in the third period. Minute 46 left in the penalty to Shaber. We're going to have a face-off in Redvers' zone. McCorrister out there with Turner, Ripplinger, Lamb, and Trapp. Face-off won by the Rockets. Right hand off a skate. That'll come back for Gaudette. Less than 12 minutes to go here. Rockets behind the net. Going to put that over to Kopak. Kopak up to Gaudette. We're going to work Dennis around slowly. Gaudette one time back. Fires up over the net. And that hits a weird spot in the Zamboni door. Off the leg of Lamb. Gaudette steps in on that one, gets it to McMillan. McMillan steps across. Looking back door. McMillan fires and scores! On the power play. Millet makes it 2-2. 7:10 left here in the third. Bears down by 2. Yeah, you're going to want to get a linesman between those benches. That was a smart move taking him off the ice, not going to lie. Oh, we got a 10-minute misconduct coming to Sterling Bear. Something was discussed with the referee. So that won't put them down a man, but that'll put them down Sterling Bear for 10 minutes. Kirk Bear up the wall. Miller pokes it away. Broda gets it over to Isaac. Isaac back to Broda off the skate. Miller will intercept that. Goes off the stick of Kirk Bear. He'll dump that in. Winter plays it back behind his net. Back out to the blue line. Fires in front. Loose puck. Oh, it was on his stick. Broda with a chance. Bernhardt in front. And Winter still loose. Shaber with it down low. He'll put that back to Kirk Bear. Cross ice. Isaac shoots through traffic. Loose puck sitting there. And Winter will get a glove on it. Oh, look out. There's nothing going to come about from that. He's got him up around the neck. Shaber having some words. Let's see, who is that? Number 26. I don't see the 26. Oh, yeah, it's not working. So with 10:27 left here.
Penalty number 21, Sterling Bear. 10-minute misconduct.
Redvers up by 2 with 10 minutes to play here in the third period. McCullough will play that behind his own net, up off the boards to Lowen. Will hit McCorster and with some speed at the blue line. McCorster takes it down low. Back up to the point. Fires. McCorster throws the body. Trap intercepted by Miller. In the slot. Cutting across. Shoots. McCullough with the save. Crashes in it and he lands on top of the goalie. With 9:36 left here in the third period. Bears need 2 to tie. Face off to the blocker. Hands it up. I'm sorry, McIntosh plays it up off the wall. One-timer, McCullough with the save. Clears it out over to McIntosh. Poyer plays it to the point. Off the back wall. Ellerby. Long pass for Ripplinger is going to be icing. With 9:36 left here in the third period. Sorry, 8:50. Whoops. Into the corner. Chipped up out through center, and that'll be icing again. With 8:52 to play here in the third period. Bears need 2 to tie. You're watching RoundLakeBears.com.
on Hockey Night in Saskatchewan. Won by Redvers. Murray going to clear that up to center, to Ripplinger. Fires that off the back wall, bouncing puck. Ripplinger will get that behind the net, looking for someone in front, steps along the boards, goes off of a skate and goes into the corner. And that'll come back out. With 8:10 left here in the third. Face-off won by the Rockets. That'll come back out to the blue line. Cross to McMillan. McMillan will dump that down into the corner. Isaac will chip that out over to Shaber. Shaber off the wall and out. Glove down. But no, he didn't get a piece of that, so that won't be icing. So 7:52 to go here in the third. Face-off's going to move down into Round Lake Bears territory. Kenton Miller out to take the draw versus Shaber. Isaac gets it to the corner. And we're going to have a delayed penalty coming against the Redvers Rockets. And they'll touch up with 7:32 left here in the third period. The Round Lake Bears are going to go on the power play. The number 11. Did I say 11? Well, I don't have one on my sheet. So, with that, 7:32 to go here in the third. Bears on the power play. Shaber is going to win that back. Cross ice to Trap. Lamb. Down low. Shaber. Down low. Broda. Fires through traffic. Loose puck. Back out to top. One-timer again. Off the back wall this time. Shaber to Lamb. Fires in front. Loose puck, still loose. He doesn't have it. Winter still doesn't have it. They're going to whistle it down. So a 6:50 to play here in the third. Minute 18 left in the power play for the Round Lake Bears. Winter with an equipment adjustment. All right, we're going to have the face-off here. Shaber out to take the draw with Kopech. Wins it back. Lamb.
To Broda, down low to Shaber.
Shaber gets it up over, back to Lamb. Broda, block shot. Goodette, hacked down.
Fires and scores! And with 6:11 left, I'm going to have to wait till they're done. I can't even get a word in here. Oh, I don't like that guy one bit. And with that, with 6:11 left in the third period, Round Lake Bears move within one, making it 4-3. Gervais and Millett getting talked to as Millett keeps hitting him with his stick and his butt end and all that. So Gervais gave him a shot back, and now I can see Gervais fighting him, actually. Gervais will dump that down into the corner. McCorster with the hit. Fires, that goes wide. Isaac down low, off the back wall to Kirk Bear. Joining us now is 4-3. For the Redvers Rockets. With 5 minutes, 30 seconds left, we have a 1-goal game. Glove down by Bear. McCorster can't touch that, and they're going to call that a touch. See, what happened there was a hand pass from Kirk Bear, and the reason why he didn't want to touch it is that it was blown down, but it ended up being a safety issue, so he blew it down. Dumped in and around to the corner. And that'll go off and out. Broda out to take the draw. Shaber right behind him. Trapping Lamb still on the backside. 50-50 tonight was $11,400. And that'll be icing. With 4 minutes and 53 seconds to go here in the third period. Just giving the PC a little NOS boost. Cooling it down. McCorster out to take the draw for the Bears. 4:53 left here in the third. Bears need one to tie. Cadet takes, and he's brought down in the face-off dot. Kirk Bear at the red line. You're going to dump that right in. No icing. McCorster with a full head of steam in on Cadet. Chipped away at the blue line. McMillan drilled into the boards by McCorster. Isaac
Scurries away, gets it out of the, nope, does not get it out of the zone as McMillan gonna hold that in, but he'll get it right back in the slot. Great read, cross ice pass. Bear off the wall to the blue line. Isaac carries it in, fires a shot. Winter just gets a piece of it.